Alright, so this video is going to be something a little bit different. Since I've been stuck in the same place for so long, I am going to try something a little new, and I'm just going to make a few smaller videos about more focused topics. We're going to see how that goes. So this first one is about food, and I'm going to call it Hobo Cooking. Welcome to Hobo Cooking. Starting with the very basics, I'm just going to make some ramen and chicken. This is my cooking stove. It's just the nozzle, which is like, I don't know, 10 bucks or less on Amazon. And then these canisters, which you can get at any Walmart for about 10 bucks, more like 11 actually. And then you're gonna want one of these metal cups, which they also sell at Walmart. I'm not sure how much it is. I've got some stickers on that one just for a little bit of fun. And basically all you're gonna do is you're gonna boil some water. We're actually gonna put everything in here first, then we're gonna put the water in, then we're gonna boil it. And a lot of times I will also add green onions to this. As far as meats go, there's actually a lot of options. So right now I'm just doing chicken breast, which is, you know, fine. If you're going like the cheapest possible meat, probably hot dogs, $1 for like a pack of 8, I think. Sometimes I'll do more like good sausages, or I actually like to do sardines, and you can also get some seaweed if you want to do like a real seafood based ramen. But obviously it's ramen, it's not that complicated, but I'll just show you what I'm doing here. So yeah, everything goes in the cup, gets water filled up to about there. You don't want to fill it up all the way, because once you push the noodles down in, it's going to rise up a little bit and it might boil over or just spill. So I'm gonna turn that on, get it lit up. Yeah, it's going. And it just takes like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. Usually this takes just about enough time for me to roll and smoke a cigarette, and then by the time that's done, this will be done. Once the ramen gets a little softer, you can kind of push it down into the water with the spoon, let it cook all the way through. And obviously a fork would be better for this. And I used to have a fork, but I lost it somewhere. And I just kind of kept using the spoon. So spoon works fine. And once that gets soft enough to where you can easily break up the noodles with the spoon, that's pretty much ready to eat. So yeah, that's ramen. Very cheap, very easy to make, very versatile. You know, you can add ingredients, you can take stuff away. Sometimes I like to put hot sauce in this. I'm not much of a spice person, but every once in a while it's nice to have. So that's definitely a staple right there. So I'm gonna cook some rice and beans tonight, but the annoying thing about that is I need to clean this pot every time I do it. And I left it out last night. And I got some frozen shit in it, and this is all like weeks old crap in there, so I need to melt the ice and then do my best to clean it all out, and then I can start cooking in it. I'll talk a little bit about this pot for a minute, because I've been thinking about it lately. This pot's doing just fine, but there's a couple things I would change if I was going to look for a new one. First of all, it doesn't need to be this big. It could be like, you know, that kind of diameter, and that would be just fine for me. It could even be a little bit deeper, that would be fine. The other thing is, this is like a non-stick pan. It's got Teflon on the inside, and you can see where the Teflon's been wearing away. So it really doesn't need to be Teflon at all. I could do a stainless steel pan if I was going to get a new one. And then the other thing is, like, ideally they do sell camping pots that have collapsible handles, and that would help just to save some space in the pack, but it hasn't really been that much of an issue. Usually, I mean, it just fits in there pretty nicely, and then I can put some stuff under the handle and stuff like that. It hasn't been an issue at all, but I might change that if I was to get a new one. Alright, I'm gonna do this in my tent because it's fucking cold outside. It's like the coldest night of the season so far. It's not a problem to do this in the tent. I've been cooking plenty of stuff in here. the heat doesn't get up high enough to damage the tarp or anything like that. And if anything, it just warms the tent up a little bit. Maybe there's some fumes or something, but I'm not that worried about it. So with beans and rice, I start by just covering the bottom of the pan with the rice, and then I'll fill it up a little bit of water, just barely over the top. I know there's different ways of measuring it with knuckles and, you know, measuring cups and stuff like that, but I don't have any of that. I don't really care. It usually works out fine. So just cover it a little bit over, and then I'll put the heat on. There's a couple nice things about rice and beans. One, it's extremely cheap, and two, it's extremely easy to cook. And you can cook it in pretty nice quantities and stuff like that too, and you can add a lot of stuff to it, which I'm going to be doing. I've got some hot sauce that I've just been putting on random things, and then somewhere in this bag I've got cheese as well. I'll put some cheese over the top of it. So basically rice, you boil it, it does this thing where it bubbles like crazy and steams. It's kind of fun. If you've ever used a rice cooker, you know what I'm talking about. And basically once it stops doing that and those bubbles go down, the rice is ready. And test it, see if it's ready. If it's not ready, add a little bit of water. But I don't need to tell you how to cook rice. Alright, now once the rice is done, and honestly I could have put a little more rice in there, but now I'm going to add the beans. Now these beans are cold, so I'm kind of improvising here because it's extra cold today. But I want to warm them up a little bit, so I turned the heat off. I'm going to let them warm up a little bit, then maybe I'll turn the heat on again if I need to. One of the downsides of this dish is that it takes a lot of fuel and water. Pasta takes more water. I'll probably show you that later. But that's one reason you might not use it. But it's so cheap and so good that I don't really care, and I eat this a lot anyway. Okay, so that's heating up. As that's heating up, I'm going to add a little bit of hot sauce. And I'm covering the top with cheese, and I'm going to let that melt. Hopefully it actually melts, and I don't burn anything. This is a little different from how I usually do it, but this should be good. Alright, that's good enough for me. I would like the cheese to be melted a little bit more, but I don't want to burn the bottom, so there you go. That's going to be a damn good meal. Try not to drop it. That's the problem with using this burner. Yeah, it's a little... This is perfect. This is a little solid still. I'm going to work with it. You get the idea. It would be better if this was shredded cheese. So, more cold weather problems. I made this rice and beans last night and left some of it out, and it's totally frozen solid. Especially these big chunks. So what I'm going to do, and I'm just trying this out. I don't know how well it's going to work, but I'm boiling just a little bit of water. I'm going to dump that in there and put the lid back on. Hopefully that warms it all up enough to eat. Alright, I'm going to try and do this on camera, and it might be a bad idea because I only have one hand. I'm just going to pour that in there. I don't know if I use too much water or what. I'm going to put that lid on and let that heat soak in. It might be a little soupy when it gets out, but it'll at least be edible. Alright, it ended up way soupy, so I'm going to try and cook off the water and bring the heat up. I'm totally improvising it now. I don't even know why I'm filming this, but maybe it'll be interesting watching me struggle to cook. Alright, there's a nice fucking stew for you. I added some more cheese in. I think I might let it go just a little bit longer. Just a little bit more water to get out there. But you know what? It looks kind of gross, but I bet it's going to taste great. The next thing I'm going to cook is some macaroni and cheese. The process for this is the same as the process for any other pasta, so sometimes I'll do fettuccine alfredo or whatever, my version of that. First thing is get some water in the pan and start boiling that. I mean, pasta, you know how to cook pasta. So I'll just talk about the pros and cons of this dish as a traveler. The thing is, it takes a lot of water and it takes a lot of fuel because you need to get that water boiling, like properly boiling, before you put the pasta in. So it's not that bad, but I don't tend to cook it that frequently because of that reason. But the reason I'm doing this commentary in post instead of live is because there's somebody else camped near me at this point, and they were nearby, so I didn't really want to do that whole thing. But yeah, I put in the hot dogs while the pasta is cooking so that they both come up to temperature at the same time. And I almost didn't put enough water into this one, so it could have been worse. But it's ideally you want to just have enough water in to cook the pasta without leaving a bunch left over that you have to drain out, because that's just more efficient. And as I add the cheese powder in here, that's going to soak up a lot of that water, and a lot of that water is going to evaporate off as the pasta cools as well. So this amount of water right here is just about perfect. I didn't measure it out or anything, so I can't tell you the number of cups or whatever. But you need to get this nice and stirred in, and then I also had some cheese left over, so I put in chunks of real cheese into there and stirred that in, and it actually all incorporated really nicely. I was a little worried about this one, but it turned out really, really good actually. This is probably the best macaroni and cheese I've ever made personally. Now, if we're talking about food, I have to talk about tortillas. There's nothing mind-blowing here. The tortillas are a very, very versatile, cheap, readily available ingredient. You can do a lot with them. So right now what I'm eating is essentially a pizza roll. I can't do it with one hand, so I'll do that in a minute. But this is really like, it's a little more expensive. It's probably not like nutritionally the greatest. It's just a lot of salt and fat. But it tastes real good, and that's what I've been eating a lot lately. But the other thing you can do, which I've done pretty much the whole time I've been traveling, is just get some peanut butter. Slap that on there, roll it up, and there you go, Bob's your uncle. And really you can put just about anything in a tortilla, obviously. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll get like the prepackaged rice and tuna, and you can get them in different flavors. So I like to go with like sort of tomato basil sort of thing for both the rice and the tuna, and that way they work together nicer. And sometimes I'll just eat that plain, but sometimes I'll put that in a tortilla, wrap it up. It's real good. It hits all the points you want for packed food. It's cheap, readily available, doesn't spoil quickly. It's versatile. You can do a lot of different things with it. So yeah, tortillas. All right, so that's that. Let me know how you liked the shorter type of video, and what sort of topics you might want me to cover in the future if I decide to do these more. I got a couple more of these type of videos coming, and then I am heading out. I'm going to start traveling again pretty soon. Should be within the next couple weeks. Although, as always, take that with a grain of salt because things do come up. But I'm pretty sure this time. So I am going to hold off on reading out any donations until I get to the next main video. I'm considering these more of a side thing. So if you've donated, I hope you'll have some patience with me while we get through these, and I will read out your donations in a future video. Thank you. Let me know what you think.